What up, fellow cult members? Welcome back to Marchus Honest the Candyman can. It is now the 11th, and we are making good on our promise to remelt this lovely batch of candies that turned out with a slight burnt smell because of putting the citrus in too early in the process. And we're also going to be futzing around with food coloring and flavoring because we already know that the flavor is going to be kind of bland with a little bit of a burnt smell. So I'm going to be adding something to it to make them more palatable because I don't like wasting sugar, and also we don't have an infinite candy budget, so this is what it's going to be. I'm going to attempt to pre-mix some food coloring and flavoring in separate containers to add the main batch to when it's cooled off enough to mix them, and then pour them into a mold. Hopefully that will help the mixing problems and also the burning problems. Alright, wish me luck. Alright, they're all off the plate, and I ran it under some hot water. I didn't even need to use soap or scrub or anything. It's just hot water will do the trick. Alright, I'm now in the process of resaturating and remelting these candies. I have a feeling this is going to take a while because I'm trying to keep them on low heat, and they are very obstinate. It was definitely my mistake not putting wax paper down when I had them set initially, or taking them out of the molds, I mean, and putting them on the plate. They really stuck to that sucker like a frantic octopus. It was not the best idea, but they do seem to be reabsorbing water at an okay rate. And what's more, the sprinkles seem to be surviving pretty well, like surprisingly well. So there's that. So I'll get back to you. Alright, everything's liquid. I've got it up to 200 Fahrenheit, almost 100 Celsius, or at 100. Yep, we're at 100 Celsius. So I'm just boiling off the water. I'm having it at a low heat so I don't overdo it. If you look closely, you may be able to see some of the steam rising up. Basically we're just taking it easy. I could turn it up a little bit to hurry it up, but I usually suffer for my impatience. I'm just going to take it nice and easy. As I'm doing that, I'll show you that I have two color and flavor mixes here. I'm going to pour half the batter into each of them. Actually, I don't know if it's called batter or something else, but I just mean the liquid candy. I picked out two flavors that I think would go good with a slightly burnt taste. So this one for Unis is a coconut, and this one for Honest is a maple. Both of them I associate with going with a toast kind of flavor. So a little bit of burnt will just be thematically coherent. These should make it pretty edible. I wish I had smaller molds, but I'm just gonna have to work with what I have. Alternately, I could pour the batter out onto sheets and then break it or do something else with it. But I think I'm just gonna go easy mode for now. This isn't really a test of my basic skills anymore since yesterday. This is just sort of me messing around just to see what's possible, just experimenting. I'll probably do another back to basics foundational skill straight up and down hard candy batter again soon, because I think I'm close to nailing it. It shouldn't be too long before I can make simple, basic hard candy with my eyes closed. I'm pretty close to being good at the foundational skills. I'm excited to get to the stage where I'm working the warm candy with my hands, you know, rolling and shaping and making candy canes and that sort of thing, but I'm a little apprehensive about it because I don't have a hot plate and it's not easy to keep the candy warm while you're working with it. I've seen somebody do something where they just warm up the oven and put sheets of candy mix in the oven to warm them back up to working temperature, and that seemed to work okay, but I'm a little bit nervous about attempting something like that. I also haven't tried candy dipping yet, and I think that might be pretty cool. I've got a lot of ideas, but I think that it'll help a lot if I get my basic recipe down first. The ultimate goal is to get something with black and white swirls, however that may be possible. My preference would be to figure out how the heck people make those little swirly mints, the little peppermint candy rounds that have the swirl in the middle. That would make it just perfect, but I've been looking for days and I can't find a single person who knows how to make those swirls. I might have to do something really funky and like call up a candy company and ask them how they do it. I never thought it would be impossible to find something on the internet, but with the advent of article-based searching, it's been really tough. It used to be you could just type something into Google and you'd get plenty of reference material from crazy nerds who've compiled so much information it makes your brains spin. But nowadays, that stuff's like relegated to the backwaters of the internet where you have to click around in like some sort of secret community for like a month in order to find it out. Everything's been hidden on forums now. People don't really share things on their personal blog-type websites anymore. I really miss the blogosphere, where everybody had their own personal website and they just shared things that were super interesting to them. And it was basically like a bunch of little collages or encyclopedias. Everybody knows that one website, I think it was called Doll Divine, where there was these little pixel paper doll type toys where you could decorate little Bratz type characters with glitter things and hairstyles. That kind of website, that setup, where it's just like organized for somebody to use it, that is just the best. I love that kind of thing. Nowadays things seem to be primarily organized by chatting and writing for websites that publish articles like 2 times a day. So it's mainly fluff. It's really irritating. I think Google could do a lot better in serving search results that are actually useful and not just op-eds and opinion pieces and people asking each other questions on a forum that 5 years ago somebody marked as unresolved and nobody's been back to it since, and that being the only result that has to do with the problem you're trying to look up. 2013. Hey, does anybody know how to do this? I wasn't able to find anything. 2015. No, I've been having the same problem. 2016. Nothing. Present day. Nothing. Meanwhile, if you participate in some sort of like elite sub-forum of a niche forum for about 5 years, you manage to direct message somebody who has basically built the world again in simulation. The internet's friggin' weird, dude. Alright, there doesn't seem to be that much steam coming off of it as before, and it is starting to make a more sticky kind of noise. So it looks like it's getting close. I think it's easiest to see using the microwave as a dark backdrop. Aha, yep. You see all that steam? I'll take it off the heat once that starts going away. Okay, I think we're there. I don't see any more steam coming off of this thing, which means that it's ready to pour. I've got the two mixes over here. This one's the black one, that's the white one, obviously. And I'm gonna try to make it so that there's an even amount in both of them if possible. Gonna have to work quickly because this didn't start at a very high temperature, so it's not going to, it's gonna cool down pretty fast. But I'm gonna do my best. What is that, half a cup? Alright. That should be about even. They're starting to smell really good. I'm gonna mix these kind of fast. I'm gonna put this saucepan back on the heat and turn it just to low, or I'm gonna wait till it gets to low, I guess. And then I'm gonna pour the Pyrex first, because that can't be warmed up on the stove. Alright. Let's mix these really fast. This did not turn out white, but it'll be significantly lighter than the other batch, and it's opaque, so that's interesting. Set that aside. Move this over. Aha! Check that out. Alright, I'm gonna do top row. Luminous. Looks like I got about the right amount. Not bad. Okay. I'm gonna spread these guys out. They're staying warm, which is good. And then next, I have to mix the, what was this gonna be? Yeah, the maple with this black pigment. Oh, it's so dark. This one's probably gonna turn out the best in terms of looks. Oh. Okay. Alright. Oh, there's a little bit more of this one. That's okay. I'll just pour it over here. I realized that I've been using foil to protect the pan, which is kind of funny because all that does is make trashing bad candy easier. It doesn't actually make it easier to clean the pan because, again, you just need to rinse it in warm water. That basically does the whole job. Alright, damn. I'm impressed. Check this out. The black ones definitely got the color I wanted them to. I kind of tried to overdo it on both of them, expecting the color not to be very good. The black one took really well. The white one probably could have used more. I'm not going to try adding any right now because it's just going to end up weird and swirly. And just, I don't know, for some reason the white gel in particular looks kind of nasty when it's just partially mixed. And it also changes the texture. So, well, these did not turn out bad. Gonna wait for these bad boys to cool and then see what is up. I'm definitely getting the sense that we made a mistake. These haven't hardened at all, and usually it hardens within the first couple seconds. These are still pretty liquidy. I've been smearing them around, and I don't know, guys. I think I mistook the requirements for remelting a hard candy. I think that you have to get it up to 300 every time. We didn't even go to softball state. This might actually be... I was almost tempted to say this might actually be a disaster. I don't think there's any way out of this without burning the flavorings, so we might have to call this batch a miss, but it does bode well for doing it again the right way, because now I know what process I'm going to use, and I know how the colorings are going to work. The biggest problem with this scenario is wasting that much flavoring, because flavoring's not really easy to come by because they come in these tiny little vials. So if you need a lot of them, it becomes an issue. But this is good information to have, and also now I know the strength of my own power as far as being able to do multiple colors pre-mixed before pouring into molds. The look is good. I think we just got confused. Hey guys, I'm back. It's a couple hours later, and yeah, these definitely did not set. So that's my bad on that one. I probably should have figured. As you can see, it's still definitely liquid, or at least it's still, you know, not solid. I'm gonna have to rinse these out and try something else tomorrow, or the same thing again. I'm still pretty happy about how well the coloring took in the black candies, and it looks like I can sort of pull back on that a little bit. The white definitely needs extra pigment. Well, we definitely learned from today, so well, let's see where we can go tomorrow. Thank you for being with me on this journey. We have been relegated to the inky pits of failure. The void will consume us all in the end. There is nothing. Nothing but suffering. The end will come for us all. In response, memento.